Good morning and welcome back to another Stay Safe Sunday and number 2 in our adoption series. This week we're looking at the idea of our inherited identity. Let's get started. So last week we started off our series asking the question, what is adoption? I think my favourite part of the video last week was the opportunity to watch an adopted child explain what it means to be adopted and things that they think we should know in order to support them. I found that really fascinating and insightful. We also looked at 3 key passages and hopefully you looked at them more and unpacked them more at Recharge. So let's go through those passages and see whether or not you and I can remember them. Passage number 1 was, even before he made the world, God loved us and chose us. Passage number 2 was God decided in advance to adopt us into his own family. And passage number 3 was, furthermore, because we are united with Christ, we would have received an inheritance from God. Well, I hope you did a better job of remembering them than I did. So you hopefully looked at these at Recharge, and I wonder, how did it make you feel? To know that you were chosen and loved before the world even began. It's really interesting to think that actually you were chosen to be adopted into God's family. And you might be sitting there now thinking, well, I'm not a Christian, does that mean I'm not chosen? Well, no. Who knows the future? Only God. Actually, it's your choice to make as well at the same time. So you might not be a Christian now, but you might be a Christian in the future. So in many ways, God has still chosen you, and his offer is still out to everyone to be part of his family. Okay, before I get too deep into going down that route, let's start thinking about today's topic, inherited identity. Now, what sort of things can you inherit? You can inherit a house, a car, a family name. You can inherit money, a painting, a family heirloom. You can inherit a treasure map, a key. Who knows where it would lead to? All sorts of things, and they get passed down from an older generation to a younger one. Well, it's the same with your identity. Have you ever considered that? You have a family name. So my family gave me the name Baker as my surname. They also gave me my name Jack as well. I get part of my identity passed down because I'm a baker, because I'm a member of my family. I want to start now by setting you a challenge to go away, and this could take 10 or 15 minutes, but physically write down somewhere 5 things that you think make up your identity. Now, there are of course many more things than that make you who you are and make you special, but just go for 5 for now. So write down 5 things, bit of paper, fold it over, keep it hidden. Now go to someone else in your house and ask them to do the same. Get them to write down 5 things that they think make up your identity. And then compare. See what ones you have are the same and are different, and ask each other why. It hopefully is going to be a really interesting opportunity to discover new things about yourself and the good qualities people see in you that maybe you don't see in yourself. And once you've done that, maybe you can offer to do it the other way around as well. So take a good amount of time, 10 or 15 minutes to do this, and I'll see you back here then. Welcome back. I hope you had a really good and interesting and fun time doing that challenge. And if you haven't done it yet, I really advise you to do it later. It should be actually a lot of fun and really interesting to see what other qualities people see in you that you might not see in yourself. So give it a go. One of the treasure troves to the idea of a new identity comes from the book of Romans. Now, rather than reading through the whole book together on video, because that might be a bit boring just to listen to, instead let's use a video from the Bible Project to help us get a better understanding. The link is in the description down below, and I hope you really enjoy it. Okay, go watch that, come back, and I'll see you back here in 5 to 10 minutes. I love those videos so much. The Bible Project produced such fantastic explanations of all the different books as well as many other topics. If you're ever stuck and you're feeling like you want an answer to a question about God, actually the Bible Project is a really great place where you can go and look. It's a place where I go look for inspiration for my sessions sometimes, but also to answer my questions. I feel like I always learn something from them, and the amazing artwork and the way that they can tell a story and facts at the same time. So we're going to move now on to our first song of worship, which Hannah has prepared for us. So Hannah, over to you.
So this song is Who You Say I Am, and it's all about like declaring that you're a child of God and that's your identity. So who am I that the highest king would welcome me? I was lost, but he brought me in. Oh, his love for me. Oh, his love for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free. Runs deep. I was a slave to sin. Jesus died for me. Yes, he died for me. Who the sun sets free, oh, is free indeed. I'm a child of God. Yes, I am. Chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me. I am who you say I am. I am chosen, not forsaken. I am who you say I am. You are for me, not against me.
We're going to use that video from the Bible Project to pick out some really key ideas from the book of Romans. But to help with that, there is a poster you can download in the description below. And that then means you don't have to keep going backwards and forwards over the video, although the explanations are really helpful. But it gives you an overview of the whole book, and maybe you can just pick out a few bits here and there that I'm mentioning. So if you'd like to download, you could even print it if you wanted. You can go and do that now. But you can find a link to that in the description. Now I want us first to look at 3 new things that we get in our identity from chapter 3. You can find these on the first section, maybe about 2/3 of the way down. It says, the poster says, that the good news is that Jesus became what we are so that we can become what he is. I mean, that's pretty basic gospel, isn't it? That's the great good news, that Jesus has become what we are so we can become what he is. We can become right with God because Jesus became wrong with God and he set us all straight again. How amazing is that? If our identities are what we are, one of the most amazing aspects of the gospel, of the good news of Jesus, is that Jesus coming into our lives means that we can take on Jesus' identity too. The video goes on to say that we get 3 things: a new status, a new family, and a new future. And those are the 3 new things that we're going to be picking up on. So first of all, new status. Changing our status doesn't mean like it might do today on social media, where you don't go from single to engaged, or in a relationship to back to single. It doesn't mean just typing something in and saying, wow, I'm having a fantastic day, or taking new photo to upload. Changing your status meant something far more, and it still can do today. Wherever you feel your high or low status, the idea is that we can now take Jesus' status with him. In verses 18 to 32 of Romans, Paul talks about how all nations are trapped by sin and idolatry. He says that we're all caught in the same lies, in the same bad experiences, in the same bad things that we do. And these things are sin and idolatry. They're the same things that we all look to celebrities, we look to social media, we still lie. If you think about the worst parts of our societies, those are down to the fact that we are trapped to sin. Whole nations are trapped to sin and idolatry. But our new status is not one of being trapped and a slave to sin. It's of being free and above sin. Jesus conquered sin, Jesus crushed it, and so we can join him in now being not wrong with God, but right with God. We are not bound by sin. And it also means that we can claim the amazing promises that God has set out for those who follow him. Those promises in the Bible. Well, if you're a Christian, you can claim those as your own, as part of your new status as being right with God through the love of Christ. The second new was a new family. And this is where the adoption part comes in. Have you ever considered before that you are now in the same family as people like Moses, King David, Solomon, Abraham, all these amazing heroes of faith? You're now related to Ruth, to Mary, to Sarah. There's so many fantastic and amazing people that you're now in the family alongside. Isn't that incredible? All these heroes of faith. Sometimes we judge ourselves and we say, I can't do this. No one in my family has ever gone to university before. So why can I expect to go to university? The pressure's on me to be the first. Well, if you're in that situation, I'd love to be able to support you going to university, because if you want to go, you can, no matter what your family background. But sometimes it feels like we get limited, we limit ourselves by what our past generations have done. And it's the same with faith. Wow, there's been no one in my family that's been particularly faithful or done anything particularly amazing. But that's just not true. We are now family members with the same heroes that we read about in the Bible. They are your new ancestors through your adoption into God's family. Just think about that. You are related through Christ to all of those heroes, those amazing men and women of faith. Consider that and take heart and encouragement that these people are your ancestors, and if they could do it, you can do it too. And the final new was a new future. Now, this links back again to the idea of taking hold of all those promises, and back to where we were before Jesus redeemed us. Our future wasn't one of hope or goodness. When we were slaves to sin, we were just headed towards death. we were heading towards the worst things in life. We were trapped in a horrible cycle. But now our future has been changed. When we give our lives to Jesus, our future opens up. He blasts open the doors of potentials, and we can now live a life full of enjoyment of the good things, and most of all, we no longer have to fear death. Jesus conquered death and we can have eternal life. How's that for a new future? While we're considering our new status, our new family and our new future, let's sing our second song of worship. So Hannah, take it away.
So this song is called Child of Love. I don't know if you guys know it, but it's literally just another declaration of your identity in God. And it says you're I am a child of love, and we know that God is love. So
So as we draw to a close today, I hope you really enjoyed this session and found it interesting, and I hope you'll enjoy Recharge as well on Wednesday at 7:30 on the same link as always. Okay, there are 3 things I want you to remember before we go. The first thing is that we are adopted into God's family, and when that happens, we gain a new identity. It doesn't replace the old one. We get a whole new layer of identity put over us. It's amazing. Secondly, That new identity comes with 3 aspects to it, and that's the key bit I want you to remember, because you'll be discussing them at Recharge on Wednesday. And thirdly, when you find your new identity in Christ, remember this: you get a new status, a new family, and a new future. And I can't wait to see what your new future has in store. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.